Welcome back. If you're new around here, I am installing these pixel lights on my roof line of my house to use for Christmas lights, Valentine's Day lights, whatever the occasion is. And if you are following the series, this is the video where we're going to be cutting and splicing and soldering the pixels to get them to do what we need them to for the roof line with the different, eaves and things for our house. Here's a quick recap. I'm going to put the power supply in the middle of my garage, and I'm going to run and drill a hole through the house right here, and this is going to be where all the wires come out and to feed everything else right here where it splits and goes up there. I am going to have to drill a hole through the eave right there to go up through there, and this is how I'm planning to wire it. So I've got my power supply, my controller, I've got strand 1 100 pixels injecting power, strand 2 100 pixels injecting power, strand 3 is only 26 pixels. That puts me to right here to where I'm going to have the split. Since hanging the J channel, I've gone out a few times and double counted all the holes in the J channel to make sure I know how many pixels I need for each section. And then I'm going to have a splitter. There's going to be 49 pixels up here with no power injection right there. And I'm going to bench test this before I go out there. And then I'm going to do power injection right here. And then 100 pixel strand, power injection, and then 36 right there at the very end. So for this one right here, I have 2 strands that are 100 and then one that's 26. So I'm going to go ahead and count 26 pixels. I'm going to use this back end because the front end I broke some of the tabs off, putting them in, pulling them out, mounting tabs. So yeah, I need 26. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, and 26. I'm going to cut this right in the middle because there's a good chance, well, I'm definitely going to be using the rest of these as well. So right there. So now I need one of these connections. I need to solder that on. So I'm going to pull these apart. I'm going to use these strippers on the 18 gauge setting because that's what these are. I'm going to be using some of this marine heat shrink tubing, this assortment pack. I'm going to be using some of this 1/8 inch as well as some of this 1/4 inch. So the 1/8 inch is what I'm going to use to go over these wires, and then this one is going to go over top of those. So I'm just cutting 3 pieces here. You can see I already cut the one. That's one tube. I just cut it into thirds, more or less. So those go here, but I also want this to cover the whole thing. I'm just going to cut this probably in half. Put this one on first. So this one first because this needs to go on top of these, and then these ones I'm putting them on this side because there's not as much room on the back side there. Now you do want to match these up. This one has the gray stripes on them. This is my negative. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap these around. So here's the middle one. That one is my data connection. And my other one, this is my positive. Okay, definitely not the quickest and prettiest solder job I've ever done. But they are soldered together. And unfortunately I shrunk my heat shrinking tube a little bit. plug in my heat gun. Okay, get those all shrunk.
Next, I'm going to go ahead and heat shrink this one as well with the heat gun.
Somehow I lost the video, but I went ahead and cut a piece that goes up for the top as well, 49 pixels. To finish up my property, or my lights here, I have a strand that goes from here, forward, up, and down. This little spot right here. So I've got from here to here is 100 pixels, and then from here to here is 36. So what I'm going to do is I'm simply going to count 30 of these and cut off the tip. And then I'm going to seal up the end, and that'll finish my run. You got to be careful here. You want to make sure that you get the right connector. So this is what's coming off of my controller, and this one that plugs into it is the one that I want, and it screws in like that. So what I'm going to do from here, I'm going to unplug it. You don't want to cut that while they're going there. And I'm going to go ahead and count over 36. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. More than likely, I'm not going to be adding onto this later, but just in case I am, I'm going to cut it in the middle so that I can still use those. So I'm going to put these in my scrap pile, save them for a different project, my end, and I'm just going to coat it with this liquid electrical tape. And as always, links for all this stuff will be down in the description. Just going to coat that. It's a brand new bottle, so I'm dripping it a little bit. Okay, it says to wait 5 minutes between applications. If you want to do a second one, that one is so thick I'm not going to need it anymore. So I'm just going to leave it just like that and let it cure. I'll test it out in about 5 minutes. All right, I'm going to go ahead and bench top test all of this. My new setup. All right, the first one. Oh, let's actually put a benchmark of our voltage here. 12 volts, or slightly more. 12.2. This is a 100 pixel strand. Okay, let's see what we've got afterwards, so we'll know what we're aiming for. Okay, 10.2. So from here, I need to inject power. So I'm coming off of one of my power supply terminals there. And this one, if it's here, I'm going to look that up. And just so we know what I'm working with. So essentially the same. So the next one, another 100 strand. Okay. .5. All right, and then I was injecting power again right here. What's the matter, sweetheart? Okay, the next one is 26. Yes, it's this one. I'm sorry, honey. Okay, 12.16. I'm gonna plug in this one that only has 26. Okay, so that gets me this roof line over to right here, actually to where this is going to split. Let's see what the voltage is coming out of this one. 12.01. Okay, so with 26, it didn't drop that much. Now I'm going to go ahead and, let's see, my plan here. So I split, the 49 does not have power injection, then I do power injection for the next one. Okay, so this gets split. Okay, my 49, this is the one going to my upper roof. Let's see how we're doing now. $11.09, that's great. Originally I thought I was going to need power injection right there, but I do not. So for my next one, to go to the other side of my house on the lower area, this is 100 strand. And just out of curiosity, let's see what we've got coming out of this one, with the split the way that it is. I'm injecting power right here anyways, but I'm just curious. 11.5, so plenty of power. So this is injection number 3. Okay, let's see what we've got after that one. In just a second, I'll speed that, sweetie.
Okay, and you're not pushing my spot?
Yep,
Okay.
10.5. Okay, and then my last power injection. Power injection number 4.
Thanks, Dad. Thank you for my spot, Daddy.
You're welcome. Okay, so this plugs in here. See how much voltage I have here. It should be 12. Be a lot easier to have it sorted out when it's all lined up. 12.15. And then my last one here, this is the one I put the liquid tape on, 36. This will take me all the way to the other end of my house. And there we go. All 411 pixels. And that's exactly how I'm going to do it.
That's first middle and the top. When the lights are on. That's first middle and the top. When the lights are on. That's first middle and the top.
Well, that's the whole setup. That's cut and soldered, everything put together. You saw exactly how I got this set up. Next time we're going to be pushing these into the J channels that are on the house and then getting everything all wired up.